Advanced slides.
So it says show my screen, not yet.
We don't want to show your screen. I just want to, let me just see if I could just give the keyboard and mouse to you, because that's what I did. Okay, I don't want to view your screen. Hold on a second. I've got to do what I did with Mandy. And that's just, can you give it back to me, Danny?
I think so. I'll go into change presenter.
Yeah, back to me.
Two panelists. I don't see your name, Ann. There says engineering excellence organizer. I'll try this.
That's me, yeah. Okay, great. Let me try to give you just the keyboard and mouse. I think that works better. Let me try giving you just the, Okay, so now I've given you the mouse control. See if that works. And if you could just click on your keypad to move the slide presentation ahead.
All right, I'm trying to advance things.
There, it's working.
Oh, okay.
It's just a try it again.
I'm gonna try it again.
Yep. Okay, great. So I know it works for you. Now I'm gonna go ahead and try it with try it again with Andy. Andy, see if you could just move the screens forward.
Do I do that with the arrow buttons on my?
Yeah, try it with that.
It takes a little while on my end Ann saw it sooner than I did, but I just used my arrows.
Okay.
The left and right arrows.
Yes.
I can just move it for you if that's easier.
That would be easier. That's fine. I'm not.
Okay.
It's not. Doesn't seem to be moving forward.
Okay, let me just try Mark, just for the sake of you all going to try. But I can move everybody ahead. You'll just have to tell me when to advance, or I'll anticipate. Mark, I've given it to you.
Okay.
If you can advance.
I am attempting that now, and I can move the. I can see how I can move the. Yeah, I'm moving that around, but I don't. Is that me?
Okay. How about if I just go ahead and move it for everybody? You're doing that right now.
Okay, it's actually pretty responsive. So it looks like once I click on, maybe I needed to just click on the slide itself, and then it worked.
Yeah, I bet Andy can do it too if he just clicks on the screen. That's what I had to do, and then I could use my left-right arrow.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Okay, great. We do have a few attendees on the line, so I just want to let you know we're just doing a technical sound and technology check. So be patient with us here, and we'll be starting in 6 minutes. So for all of my speakers, who wants to go ahead and advance their own slides, and who wants me to advance for them?
I'll advance my own, Ann.
Okay. Thanks.
I will as well, Ann.
Okay, so just Andy.
And Andy.
Yeah, just doesn't seem to be working with mine.
Okay, great.
So.
No worries, I've got you covered. So what I'm going to do now is ask everybody just to put their phone on mute, and then when I introduce you in your session, then just unmute so we don't have any background noise. And I'm going to go ahead and stop recording and start recording again, and just make a few announcements until we start in 6 minutes. Sound good?
That's great.
And just to be clear, I can run my own. I didn't know if you put me or not.
Okay, that sounds great. Okay, thanks. I'm going to go ahead and mute. Hi everyone, this is Anne Moran. We'll be starting soon with our live webinar session on HVAC energy reduction strategy. So we'll be starting here soon live. Thanks again, and we'll see you shortly. Hi, I'm Anne Moran, and I would like to welcome you to our live webinar series. Today's educational topic is on HVAC energy conservation strategies, but we also have some guest speakers, so we'll be bringing to light some additional lighting energy saving strategies as well. So without further ado, I'd like to cover a few basic just ground rules and then make introductions, go over our agenda, and we'll go ahead and get started and complete it within an hour. So this is action-packed. We actually have 4 guest speakers in addition to myself today. So again, welcome. We are just pumped and excited that you're all here today to hopefully pick up some additional strategies on how to incorporate energy-saving strategies for your facilities and buildings. Again, our webinar lasts an hour, so it will be action-packed. If you have questions, we ask that you save them to the end, and then you can email any questions in, and you can address them to all attendees or just to me, and then we will address those questions in the end. We do record this series live, so if you would like to listen to this again, you can. We'll make a YouTube link to be able to link and listen in. And if you'd like a certificate of completion, we will mail that at the end with a survey that we will send out to everyone, as well as a PDF copy of today's session. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and make introductions, turn off the webcam, and thank you again for joining us here today. So just hold on here shortly. So with me here today, I am proud and honored to introduce our guest panelist. Mark Bruker is Managing Partner with Burton Energy Group. Manny McDonald, National Accounts Executive with Phoenix Energy Technologies. Andy Miller, Vice President of Sales with FSD Lighting, and Danny Miller, President of Transformative Wave. And I'd like to add, this is a very talented, sophisticated, educated group. I've gotten to know all of these folks very well through the Edison Energy Institute, and all of them are experts in their industry and are excited to be here today to again, share some knowledge and hopefully give you one or two advanced tips for how to bring energy conservation initiatives to your facilities. What we'll be covering from start to finish is we'll talk about what are investment drivers. How can we incorporate capital or even expense-related strategies, and what are the investment drivers to make that happen? We'll talk about, at least from my perspective, how do we identify HVAC energy saving strategies? And I'll talk about three specific areas: audits, expense, and by analyzing our assets. We'll talk about why benchmarking, looking at that gap analysis, where we are, where we want to go, and then incorporating best-in-class HVAC energy reduction strategies. From there, I will turn it over to Mark Brucker. He will do an in-depth dive on demand control ventilation and talk about some specific utility-related energy saving strategies. And then we'll turn it over to Phoenix, Mandy, to talk about monitoring and technology strategies. And then Andy Miller will talk about LED lighting retrofits for warehouse applications and cost-effective strategies for powering parking guidance systems, as well as a few other tips. And complete with Danny Miller, he will talk about VFDs, DCBs, and economizers, and getting the most out of your HVAC systems. So in order to keep this live and interactive, we are going to launch a poll. And if you could just take a moment here and vote on your screen. If you are listening but not live, that's okay. We'll close down this poll right after we get to about 80% complete. So what are your top three facility investment drivers? Is it corporate sustainability goals, policy drivers, reducing energy and operational expenses, community leadership, business need, customer expectations? So take a moment to vote. This is good. We've got an interactive audience. We're at 43% voted. You're very quick, 50. And as I mentioned, I'll close it down at 80 and then share those results. So we are at 80%. I'm going to go ahead and close and share. And our audience here today, the majority of you all are tied around corporate sustainability goals, reducing energy and operational expenses, and business need or customer expectations. So that is really what is driving today's audience. I'm going to go ahead and hide that and then jump right in. So when I look at facility investment drivers, really from an HVAC standpoint, what I see are people want to reduce energy consumption. So there are four costs associated with managing HVAC equipment. You have your maintenance, your energy, your repair expense, and the capital. And by doing, a lot of different initiatives, we can really drive down that energy consumption associated with the HVAC equipment. With a lot of our larger clients, I see really corporate goals that are driving the investment that facilities are making, really starting with energy, environmental, and sustainability. I have one of our customers that their goal is to drive large-scale initiatives and positively impact the environment. And HVAC efficiency programs represent 25% of their savings. Again, 25% of their total overall savings. And when we talk about total kilowatt hour savings, reduction in kilowatt hours, this is where HVAC and lighting are great forces to help with that overall strategy. So not only are we seeing energy, environmental, and sustainability, but going beyond ourselves, beyond our companies, and saying, how can we